know what day it is anymore.
Hopefully going the cheap route didn't cost us too much this time.
Don't send me any bad hate comments. Thank you, bye.
As you can see, I got blood all over my face, and Kristen, you're pretty upset, right?
We're sailing good, bad, and ugly. 3 years ago, we bought our boat off Craigslist for $5,000. I'm Kristen, and this is Matt. We are known to break the rules and do things a little less traditional. Hit subscribe to join the adventure. Thanks to our patrons for keeping us going. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Sailing GBU. Today we don't know what the hell we're doing, but we are trying to fix our hurricane damaged Bimini top. Matt came up with this weird idea, which I am going to admit, in all honesty, I was against. So now we're going to see if it's going to work out good. A lot of times when you come up with ideas as a couple on a boat, I think of one thing, he thinks of another, and then we butt heads trying to say what we think is best. So explain yourself what you want to do.
Well, I will agree with you that you are a butthead.
Not funny.
Got her.
Anyways.
So anyway, there's these PVC boards that I think I can use 2 of them and make a waterproof top, because our solar panels, we went with the thin flex panels. They're not the old rigid ones that we used to bolt on. And these kind of fly off. Like, we had 60-knot gusts one night with a storm that went by, and it tore the whole Bimini off, as you could see, ripped the panels. I had to jump in the water and save them. And the panels weren't free, they weren't cheap. So I think the only way to make them stay on is to stick them down, epoxy them down, bolt this thing down, and also it'll be waterproof. When we're out here, you know, as we hand steer, we're out at the helm a lot, and it's great when it rains to not get rained on. So that's what we're trying to accomplish here, and stick around to see if it works.
We're going to see where this project goes, and you guys are going to, too.
We're going to, too. Let us know. I know right now you're thinking, is Matt right? Is she right? Is he wrong? Is she wrong? We don't know it, but we're going to figure it out.
I wanted to sew it. Okay, hear me out, guys. Maybe you guys can help me out. I wanted to sew. I bought new fabric, so I do have the canvas. I wanted to sew a whole Bimini cover and then make like the framed edges, slide the flat panel in, and then make a flap to seal it down. But he says that's not good enough to keep the panels down, and I'm going to trust him on knowing the engineering part. I know what looks good. He knows the engineering part. Now let's see if we can make a baby with that.
Good looks in my engineering, baby?
Yeah, for the Bimini top. Not an actual baby. Let's get to it.
Basically what happened before was, to get the solar panels above the boom and all that, he kind of did a stair stepper sequence up. I think aesthetically that doesn't really work well for me. I don't like it. And I think this being above everything else, it's a little bit higher than the boom. So perhaps sailing downwind, it could affect a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut these back ones and lower them down so that we have a nice flat surface for our big panels. I think aesthetically it's going to be a smoother look for the boat.
Alright guys, so it's been way longer than it seemed in the video. Matt just kept chopping and chopping that I took a break. So I'm going to come out here and I'm expecting the whole boat to be cut down. Uh-oh, people are yelling.
People are yelling. Uh-oh. People are yelling.
Anyways, Matt has more fans than I thought he did. But I'm expecting this whole boat to be chopped down by all of the buzzing I've heard for the last hour. Let's see. Whoa, how do you feel about it?
Well, I got my caveman engineering stick right here. I feel good about it. I think I'll feel a lot better about it when I can weld it. Hopefully I can get a welder here and kind of spot weld some of these things. But so far so good, I feel like. I mean, that's got to go down a little bit clearly. And then it's going to be, I got it pretty good on this side. All right, so the next part for me here, this is the tricky part. This is where I got to get to figuring. I have to put these little nipplers on there.
Get to figuring.
I got to get to figuring. Got to put the nippler on there and then attach that to that.
Is that the title of the video? Getting to figuring?
Figuring to nippling to figuring.
What?
Figuring to nippling. All right, guys, we had to come over here on this part of the boat because we're running the generator. I use all these tools. So as you can see, I got blood all over my face, and Kristen, you're pretty upset, right? Just worried for me.
I'm really upset and I'm worried. I'd be worried if you knew something bad happened or you said ouch, but you had no idea that your whole face is bloody.
Yeah, so Big Mama was mean to me earlier today, and
I was not.
so I cut my finger, and then I said, I'm gonna get her, and I put the blood all over my face.
You did not. What really happened?
I did, that's what I did. I tricked you. I got her. Got him.
Alright guys, it's day 2. Today we got the whole frame built. Today we're actually cutting out the boards. We had to get a third one because we decided to make it fit perfectly on top. So now we're going to attach the boards, and after that we'll be able to attach our solar panels.
Yep, gonna get our lockdown rock solid. Then the panels are gonna go up. Then we're pumping 560 watts into this bad boy every day. Alright guys, so I had to do 3 separate pieces. So I had to use these boards to give it some side-to-side strength. And then also when I caulk it in, it'll remain completely waterproof. Wasn't really thrilled about it, but you know what? I do like it, and I think it's going to look good once I get some sanding done. You know, trim this down, get my woodworking on. But as I was drilling the holes for the pipes to fit in, I went through the old Tootsie, and it hurt pretty bad.
And then you put the blood on your face again, like
then
a weirdo.
I put the blood on my face to scare
Is that like a war paint?
I do it to scare you, because she's so mean to me, I gotta trick her back into being in love with me.
I don't even know what day it is anymore on this project. The weather has not been treating us very nicely. It's been raining on and off every day, so we get to start something, then we gotta stop, put all of our tools away. But today, finally, I'm gonna start painting our, I guess you'd call them trusses, for our top.
Alright guys, so good, bad, and ugly. The ugly came and the weather is crazy inclement. We had to bring our painted boards freshly painted inside.
Yeah, but show them the storm that crept up on us. Alright guys, so we got a break in the weather. We're gonna put our boards up there. We're thinking that we're gonna paint them again, but once they're attached. We're not worrying about it. We don't have time for that and the weather's not permitting. So let's put them up.
have our panels laid out. I think this looks pretty good. And now I have to cut a little bit of divots in the top here because they don't fit quite flat. So I got to make a few indentions, and the weather coming amongst me again. I don't know why.
Welcome back to another episode of Bikini Kitchen, Halloween edition. As you see, I have my only Halloween costume that I keep on the boat. There's not much room on a boat for much, but this is a Halloween costume that does fit on the boat. So here it is. Tell me what you think in the comments. I added a little, makeup for it, so all you makeup haters out there, it's Halloween, okay? If you've never seen an episode of Bikini Kitchen, we do a lot of drinking. Why we bake something or make something. And today we are gonna do a Halloween special shot. All right, so I'm gonna make up the name for the shot. I've seen it before, Matt likes it. I think he's made it before back when he was a bartender. I'm just gonna call it the brain oogly oogly. The brain oogly googly. Basically, it looks like brains and blood when you drink it and you shoot it back. It's gonna be delicious, I promise. The ingredients are gonna be, you gotta get yourself a bottle of Bailey's. A lot of us have this already, so nothing crazy. A bottle of peach schnapps, and a little bit of grenadine. So let's whip it up and get these drinks flowing so this kitchen can start cooking. Alright guys, so this is how you do it. This is fun for parties and just for if you're stuck on your boat at home and you want to celebrate Halloween, but it's not really going down this year, obviously. What you're gonna do is get yourself a clear shot glass. I only have these two options, so that's what I'm gonna use. But if you can get like those plastic test tube shots, that's what it looks cool in. So first you want to put a little bit of grenadine. It's all about the layering. If you don't layer it right, it won't look like brains. Then you want to splash a little bit of this in. Peach schnapps. Now, depending on your shot, you gotta see, this is not gonna work. This is not gonna look that good because it's not in a good shape to show it, but you guys get the picture. Then you use your Bailey's, and this is what makes the brains. So pour it in slowly in, and that's what's gonna make the brains. Oh shoot. Preferably you want to pour. Alright Matt, tell us what you think as a real male. A male perspective.
Male perspective on the zombie shot, the zombie brains. What was it called? The brain boogaloo?
It's called a zombie shot, you're right. What did I call it?
You called it like the brain diggity? I don't know. She called it. If you remember what she called it, let me know. But it's alright. It's a little sweet. I feel like I'm a little turnt though because I tried a few of these to try to figure out how to remember how to do it, and I've been peach schnapsing it pretty hard. So if you've ever been drunk on peach schnapps, let me know. What's the weirdest liquor you've ever been drunk on? And Pitoro doesn't count.
Is it good?
Not my favorite.
But it is good. It's fruity. It's not bad tasting.
I gotta cool everything down, I think. Everything's gotta go in the fridge. It's too hot.
It's boat life. You have hot shots.
Hashtag boat life.
It looks like rain. It might get dark in here, but we ain't gonna worry about that. We're making pumpkin bread today. I'm gonna make a quick rum drink, so pour yourself a drink. Whoa. I forgot I'm still pouring. It should be Halloween at this point, so I hope you guys have a good, happy Halloween indoors, probably staying in your house, and you can watch some great Halloween movies. Cheers! Into the recipe, here we go. So my sweet mother, the best mother that's ever been alive, shout out to Diane, that's my mom. She sent me a good recipe today, and I said, no mom, that's not gonna work for me. That's a little bit out of my capabilities. So she sent me another one, and now I'm gonna whip that up today. First off, you wanna throw in a cup of white sugar. Matt didn't get me the correct white sugar. It's actually some kind of natural sugar, but you know what, whatever.
Azúcar natural.
2/3 cup of brown sugar, and then you're gonna want to warm up 2/3 cup of butter. So I already got that set up over here. Sugar all in my face. If you guys seen my previous episodes, or if you haven't, I normally mess everything up and it gets crazy in here, but this time I try to prepare myself and kind of pre-measure things out. So I'm gonna melt up the butter now, 2/3 cup. That's gonna go together, and then you wanna add in your vanilla extract. I got some Dominican, 100% Dominicana. It's like really thick, like syrup. I don't know if it's rotten, but I'm gonna use it anyways. Things are going well, guys. Things are going really well for me. Oh, my spoon's on fire. I shouldn't have left that there. You could have told me I was trying to almost burn the house down behind me.
I'm not paying attention.
My melted butter. As you can see, I'm using pans because I don't have big enough bowls. You only have enough room for so many things on a boat. Now, in that same wet mixture, you want to add 2 cups of pumpkin puree. Mmm, boy. It looks gross, guys, but trust me, this is going to be so delectable. Things are going well. The thing is, I'm really rushing. You might think, why is she so frantic? It's because I have this here propane stove, and at 6 p.m., which is in an hour and a half, the mosquitoes come, and I only have a few screens, and you have to shut the rest of the boat, and it gets really hot in here, and I don't want to be baking. So I'm trying to kick this in the sheets. No, the sticks.
Kick it in the sticks.
Kick it in the sticks. After your wet mixture, put that aside. And now it's on to your dry mixtures. 2 cups and 2/3 of flour. My mom said you don't have to do that much flour, but you know what? I don't know how not to do the recipe. I don't know. That scares me. All right, so you want 2 teaspoons of your baking powder and 2 teaspoons of baking soda. It's legit, I promise. 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Next, you want to do 3/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. Smell that, Matt. You like that? Get out of here. Bam. Okay, and then 1/4 teaspoon of salt. This looks like I'm not measuring well, but I am. It's coming out really great. And I forgot to tell you, you can also put in a teaspoon of cloves. I didn't have any, so I'm skipping it. My mom said I could, so there's that. So you want to stir up your dry ingredients and stir up your wet ingredients, and now you want to combine them, and that's it. Then you gotta get it in your loaf pans or whatever you got. So, ooh.
Looks like what I'm gonna be doing after all those zombie shots.
Matthew.
I'll be making my own pumpkin loaf, you know what I'm saying? Shout out.
Get out of the kitchen. Ugh, I got a mess here, guys. Matt, you're doing the dishes, right? This isn't looking good, like I forgot something. Alright guys, I screwed this up. I screwed it up, but it's not over with yet. I was like, dang, this is really coming out really thick. I forgot the eggs. So don't forget the eggs, guys. I'm gonna go get those now. Pretty much one of these shapes holds about 2 loaves of bread if you're gonna make banana bread or whatever.
Loaves.
Loaves?
Loaves.
Whatever. I'm gonna get on my mountain and I'm gonna get my loaves going. Guys, don't send me any bad hate comments. Thank you, bye. Okay guys, I'm not real confident about this, but I'm just gonna shake it and try to get it to go flat. It seems really thick, and you know, it's hard to think about our loaves in a circular shape, so I hope it's good enough. Here we go. Alright guys, so you're gonna wanna bake it to 45 to 50 minutes. Alright guys, I hope you liked this video. We had a hard time with our top, whatever it's called, Bimini hardtop of hell.
Yeah, we disagreed. We couldn't find out who was the captain. And then even with the end result, the reason I wanted to make it rigid is because the panels go on it. And the panels are very expensive. And obviously they're very important to do the boat powering. So I was kind of wondering if like maybe to save the money this time, I went too far. But I think it's pretty solid. Like I walk on it. We're just going to see how life goes. Hopefully it works out. But either way, you know, I think in the next 3 to 6 months, we're going to learn whether or not that PVC board holds up. It seems pretty tough. It was light. The main reason I did that over the fiberglass, because I could have just fiberglassed the whole roof on there and then bolted it down and it would be permanent. The reason I did this was because it was lighter. Fiberglass would have been 2 to 3 times the weight, and I'm trying to get the weight down on this boat. because we've had some projects. The new rigging is a lot heavier, you know. When you got full rigging on a boat, it weighs more. So I try to do that. Hopefully...
And don't forget my wagon.
The wagon. We got the wagon holding the boat down. Don't act like you don't got a wagon. She walked to the other side of the boat and was like, oh, I think I just tipped the whole boat sideways. But, yeah, so hopefully this time it didn't cost us. Hopefully going the cheap route didn't cost us too much this time.
What we do know, though, is that our solar panels are going to work, and that's the main reason for it. And if it's ugly... then maybe we lost a little bit of money and we redo it and sell them alive.
If it's ugly, then it's like me. May not look the prettiest, but it works hard and it works good. America.
Get out of here. So guys, make those shots. Get your Halloween popping. You're not going to see this until probably the day after Halloween, so that sucks.
So you're hungover from your Halloween party and say, hey, what's up, Boogaboo, GBU, in the house. So
I really like your costume, by the way. It really came out scary. Alright guys, make sure you hit subscribe if you're new here, and we will see you next week. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Bye guys.